Greetings, YouTube viewers. I know it's been a very long time since I've posted a video or responded to a comment or even signed into my YouTube account. I could lie to you and tell you, that it's because I was very busy at work, I had a lot going on in my life, blah, 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 but no, that's not true. That's not accurate whatsoever. Actually, the reason I didn't make... I kind of just forgot about it for a while. And actually, the real reason I haven't posted a video in so long is because I really didn't have anything to talk about at the time. Like, there was nothing in my head. And I'm not going to just purposely, I'm not going to purposely churn out useless videos. No, it's not going to happen. I'm not just going to post videos for the sake of filling space. But, that being said, don't think I've forgotten about you guys or the channel or anything like that. I just signed in the other day to my YouTube channel, and it was really nice. I'm up to like 90-some subscribers, a lot of positive feedback. But what really got me excited today was don't ask me why, but the thought popped into my head to Google my YouTube name. And I was pretty blown away. I'm on Google image search. My videos are being reposted to all these other pages, all these other sites, some that don't even make sense. Like one of my videos is on an anime site. I don't know. It's mostly positive, the reposts, but there was one weird one. One of my videos wound up on a website that had something to do with HPPD, hallucinogen something disorder. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. So, what's been going on? As far as my life, really not that much. Just working my ass off like I always do, relaxing on my days off. There's one really interesting thing that happened. Actually, I should post that. I'll see if I can get that done tomorrow. I'll post that little clip. A few shifts ago, when I was actually home on my days off, with this very same camera, actually, around, 4:30 p.m. one day, a little storm rolled over town. Only lasted an hour. It was pretty quick, but it ran right over top of us. So I'm standing at the patio door watching this storm roll over, and I had this camera sitting on the frame of the door just pointed up to the sky. I was hoping to get some lightning flashes so I could go back and run it through slow-mo and see if I could get some good stills. So I'm standing there watching, and, one of the neighborhood kids got stuck out in this downpour, and he goes running by, on his way to try and get back home. And then I'm standing there, and off in the distance, maybe 2 blocks away, I see a lightning flash hit. Hey, that's pretty close, right? 2 blocks. So that, and then, within a few minutes, another bolt of lightning hit directly outside of the house, about 30 feet in front of me. 30 to 40 feet tops, this lightning bolt was away from me. It comes crashing down at the last second before I was blinded by the flash. I actually seen the bolt make contact with the ground, and then I go blind, white blind from the first flash, and then there was another flash that made everything go purplish pink. And that wasn't the best part. I mean, it blinds me. It's loud as hell. And then I'm standing there, so I stagger back from the door, and I'm like, and I was close enough to that bolt of lightning that, I don't know, the residual electricity just scattered around the air passed through me. I felt electrical current jumping around inside my mouth between my teeth, and then I felt the current start at my fingertips and run all the way up my arms. So I stagger back, I start to get electrocuted. So okay, I see a lightning bolt hit right in front of me. I feel electricity pass through my body. I can't see. I can't hear for a few seconds because it's so loud. So of course I'm convinced I'm dead. Like I'm just, like I'm dead. And it wasn't until I heard somebody laughing behind me that I realized it's like, okay, maybe I'm not dead. So I get my vision back and I'm like, oh my God, like I just felt that in my mouth. Like I just got partially struck by lightning. So my heart is just pounding. The adrenaline's through the roof. And then I think I picked up some more electricity than I thought I did. Because when I went back and rewatched the video, things didn't happen exactly as I remembered them. So I think the jolt of electricity scrambled my brain a bit. And it definitely like amped me up because I felt like, a god for about 2 hours after that. So there's one thing that's been going on in my life. I got partially struck by lightning. Oh, another interesting thing with that. I go back, and you can hear it at the first of the little video I edited it down to. You can hear the kid run by. So after I calm down a bit and realize, hey, I'm not actually dead. Oh my God, that was so cool. Then I'm like, oh my God, that kid. So I go back, and I rewatch the tape. And it was about 20 seconds after that kid ran by that bolt of lightning struck right where that little shit was. That little dude was 20 seconds away from death. And he doesn't even know. Like, he has no idea. Like, how lucky do you have to be? I don't know. It was a strange event. So, let's see. Got hit by lightning. I've been getting really into the hand drumming lately. I had my bowel on before, the Celtic hand drum. I've had that for a few years. And then I was out walking around town one day, and the idea just popped into my head. It's like, hey, let's go get a djembe. So I go down to the music store, and I buy this really nice djembe. It's, I think it's a Remo. Beautiful, beautiful instrument. Got her all tuned up, and I've been getting familiar with that. I've been on this big hand drumming kick lately. I don't know what it is. I don't know if this is how my midlife crisis is expressing itself or whatever, even though I'm not to midlife yet. Well, actually, with how hard I am on myself and getting struck by lightning, this probably is the halfway point of my life. I'm probably not going to live that long. It's like Final Destination or something. So getting really into the hand drumming lately. That's, really like that, man. I used to play bass and guitar and all that stuff. Kind of just lost interest in it. Don't even own I do. I have an acoustic guitar in the corner of my living room. The case hasn't been open in probably 2 years. I'm actually looking for someone to give that away to. It's a sin to leave an instrument unplayed. So if I can't find somebody I know to pass it off to, or one of my friend's kids, I'm just going to donate it to the local school or something, whoever has a music program. What else? Oh, yeah. So last days off, it's been about 2 years since my last Iboga experience, and I mean, it takes you that long to process everything you've let go of and learned from the experience. It takes a long time to digest and really understand what Iboga changed in you. But it went a little different this time. So I ordered a bag of Iboga from my supplier. This bag was insanely fresh. I mean, this stuff has only been out of the, out of the ground for a few months. Like, the taste of this stuff is ungodly. The first 2 bags of Iboga I had must have been sitting for a while, and the taste kind of died off, because this fresh stuff, oh my god, it's bad. Like, I can't imagine eating the bark right off the root now. Like, at first I thought, like, what's the big deal? What's the big fuss? Why is everyone so, complaining about the taste? It's not that bad. It was weird, though. This time it went a little different. I dosed for 3 days. First night, I sat down and started eating it and got to about 12 grams. And then, I had some, like, heartburn feeling kick in, so I decided to stop for a minute and had a drink of water and whatever. After a few minutes, the kind of like paralysis thing sort of kicked in. And I just, body load, heavy, numb, tired, just didn't want to move. So I ended up only eating the 12 grams. But, so, it definitely wasn't a potency issue. Because even though I've done it a bunch of times before, I still did my test dose this time. So because it's a new bag. I mean, yes, I trust my supplier. He's an awesome person. He's just an amazing human being. But he can't control Mother Nature. Sorry. Like, yeah, he doesn't have that power, as decent as he is. But yeah, so I did my test dose, even though I've done this stuff before. So I knew my body could handle it. I knew I wasn't allergic to it, but I still did my test dose anyway, just to check the potency of this batch. And yeah, it was good and strong. I ate my 1 gram test dose, and within half an hour, I felt the blood pressure effects. I felt the stimulant effects. Actually, no, so I ate 13 grams, because I did a gram and then the 12. So it kicks in. It's getting pretty heavy, and I was just getting ready for the the visions to kick in and whatever. And I never actually got there. I was just kind of just hanging on that line, like borderline. So I dosed like that for 3 nights in a row. I never actually did break through, but I'm not entirely upset about that, because this experience, I mean, it had its own interesting details to it. I was really messed up. I was pretty out of it, pretty disassociated from reality, only half in it, and the stimulant effect was like hardcore this time. The racing thoughts were amazing, but they were precision. They were focused. So there's one of the interesting things that happened during about this 5-day period. The racing thoughts were it was almost overwhelming. My mind just wouldn't stop. But I actually caught myself on more than one occasion thinking 2 things at the exact same time. I'd be sitting there watching TV, half paying attention to the TV, and I'm lost in a thought about something like space travel. And I'm thinking about that, and then all of a sudden I notice that I'm thinking about fucking, like, rodeos over here on the side at the exact same time. 2 consecutive thoughts, or 2 thoughts at once. That was odd. The racing thoughts almost became uncomfortable towards the end of it, because it was getting hard to focus on performing tasks, because you would just get, a little thought would dance through your mind and you just grabbed onto it and had to finish it. Another interesting thing, I've said before in my other video about when you get up to a certain dose of Iboga in your system, well, for me anyway, I don't know, maybe it's not a commonality. It's hard to tell, because there's nothing on the internet about Iboga except general information. But anyway, I'd take Iboga, and I'd get this transparent ghost image just all around my body, just barely above it. And it's transparent, but it's weird. because you can see this thing. When you move your arm back and forth, you will see this image trailing along with you. But when you look through it, it makes things blurry behind it. It's bending light. Like, hallucinations do not bend light. So this time, I had the little transparent image around me, like an aura or whatever you want to call it. Really messed up thing happened though. Second or third day, somebody was there, and the little transparent film around my body was reacting to emotions. Well, to my emotions. I got pissed off once. I got a little angry, and the image, what was once a smooth image outline of my body, when I got mad, all these little tendrils shot up from it about 2 feet, and then just shot right up automatically, and then started waving back and forth like a rattlesnake's tail. And then when I noticed it and got freaked out and stopped being scared, then it just kind of settled back down to its original position. Okay, so 1, hallucinations don't bend light. 2, hallucinations do not respond to stimuli. So I'm still trying to decide in my mind what it is and what I think about it, what it could mean, or if it means anything. Just perceiving my body's energy. Is it an aura? Blah, blah, blah. I can't remember ever reading anything about a clear aura. Some very interesting visionary dreams. Even with the daily low dose of Iboga. That's the benefit of the daily low dose of Iboga. If you don't think, if you're not comfortable doing the full dose right away or ever, and if you just don't think you would be physically healthy enough to survive a massive dose like that, but you're still really interested in it, you could do the daily low dose. And instead of taking a full flood dose and going into the visions, going on a full, 20-hour out-of-body experience, the visions come to you in your dreams. Just as helpful, you'll solve just as many problems, and it's so much easier on you. So if you fall into one of those categories, and it might be something you could consider. So I am presently on day 3. I am on day 3 of a 56-day shift. I work away from home, about 900 miles from where I live. I fly out to work and live in a camp for the time that I'm here. And I'm doing a 56-day shift this time. By the time I get home, it's going to be almost November. And during this 8-week shift, I'm going to be working at least 700 hours. So, all you folks who work back in the really real world, cherish your 40 hours a week. It gets much, much worse. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to be so burnt out by the end of that. But it's not all bad. I mean, it's a nice place. I'm out in the wilderness, way up in the Canadian North. It's clean, it's quiet, the wildlife is amazing. We've got every caribou, timber wolves, everything running around up here. Snow owls, it's a pretty interesting place to work. I don't mind it. Just something in regards to, not really so much psychedelics, but things psychedelics have brought to light for me. Things that psychedelics have helped me get past. Psychedelics have definitely helped me get past my fear of death. It's something that plagued me since as far back as I can remember. I'm talking 5 years old. I can remember laying in bed at night being terrified of death. and heaven and hell and God and Satan and where I was going when I died. So of course I had a bunch of questions about that as a 5-year-old, but adults will only give you a 5-year-old's answer. So, well, I was talking to some people today about, we got kind of on the subject of psychedelics and then life and death and what's beyond, and if there is anything or there isn't anything. Is it God up there, the Christian God, some guy in a white toga with a big bushy beard, some old white dude for some reason. Yeah, so we got on that topic. And I've been getting really into a lot of science lately, especially all the stuff to do with space. And I don't know. Well, I was talking to this person, and we were discussing whether or not there's anything out there and what we believed. And I think the conversation actually started about the medical profession, and we were trashing that, But just with science in general, a lot of people in the spiritual community, kind of look down on science. They kind of think it's cold and dead and clinical, and it just takes all the mystery and magic out of everything. But when you really get into this stuff, it doesn't. Just because they've labeled something and put a name tag on it doesn't mean that they solved its mystery. That's not the purpose of science. The purpose of science is not to explain everything away so everything's a whole lot less fun. It's about truth and knowledge and understanding. So, in regards to science being cold and dead and not spiritual, well, here's an example. You look at space, the universe itself. So, okay, it starts at this little point, the Big Bang, the whatever you want to call it. There's so many different theories about that, but it did start from a center because it's expanding out from that. So whatever happens in this center, the source, so the source just springs into existence, explodes, and it's expanding outward. So right at the source, the gravity, the pressure, the everything is so intense. I mean, time must barely exist there. Things must be under so much stress. So you go a few light years out from the source, and then all this stuff starts clumping together under these extreme forces, and that's where stars are born. So then these first stars, way back close to the source, they start about here, and they start here, they travel outward for billions of light years, reach the end of their life cycle, supernova, and explode, continuing on outward into space until they travel out far enough and all that stuff gets drawn back together by gravity, forms other stars, forms planets, forms galaxies. So, the point I'm trying to get at here is essentially everything that is made of stardust. Everything that you are made of is the remnants of a star. So, I've always been really fond of that idea. How everything that I am is born of a star. I'm made of stardust. I don't know, I just really like that idea. It kind of makes me feel like royalty or something, I don't know. Just to think that what I'm comprised of was once something as magnificent as a star. I don't think that's cold or clinical. I think that's pretty spiritual. I don't know, just my take on it. But I worked like 13 hours today. I'm tired, I'm dirty. Oh my God, I smell. So, I'm gonna go finish this coffee, have another cigarette, and then I'm off to bed. I just wanted to stop in, rant and ramble about some weird stuff, just to let you guys know I'm not dead or in jail, and that I'm still committed to you as viewers and still committed to the cause of psychedelics. I will not pump this channel full of useless videos just to fill space. I'm not like that. It's like shitty bands who pump out albums after albums of crap music just to flood the market. Nobody likes that. I have no ambition of becoming rich as a YouTube partner. It is very gratifying to see so many subscribers and so many positive comments. Like, you have no idea what that does for me. That gives me so much energy. That puts a smile on my face and just, puts my motivation back into overdrive. It's really nice to see. Because of my day-to-day life, I have nobody to talk to about this stuff. I have a few good friends who will listen to me rant just because they're nice people and they don't want to be rude. But I really don't have anyone to have, lengthy, deep conversations with about this stuff. And that gets really discouraging after a while, and I close off and just decide to keep it all to myself. But then I gotta remind myself of you guys, and yeah. Knowing that there are folks, like-minded travelers out there, it really does me good. Thank you for that. So, I'd like to put up more videos like this, though. Like, a little bit more structured. This was kind of just chaos, but I would like to, instead of just cataloging experiences with psychedelics, stuff like this, the Starborn thing or whatever, I'm going to start putting out some more videos, just, my thoughts on things and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Oh, and I guess we should touch on this. I really don't want to, but it's 2014. This is just the age we live in. Police are useless. Police are lazy, fat bastards. They don't do shit. I'm really not fond of police. Not because I'm a criminal, just, yeah, they're useless and outdated and corrupt. They serve no purpose. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. So, to the folks who are messaging me, asking me if I can get them Iboga or all this other stuff and send it to them, I'm sorry, folks, but police are lazy. They don't want to get out of their chair and go to an actual investigation. So that is a standard in police work now. They troll Facebook, they troll YouTube, and just try to, catch you at something. That's pretty much what police work amounts to these days. Trolling Facebook pages and YouTube channels. Yeah, so for you folks, I'm sure there are a few people who are messaging me who are genuine about this, and I'm pretty sure the other half are law enforcement. So, go fuck yourself, officer. So yeah, if you live somewhere where it's legal, I can give you the website for my supplier, or yeah, even but if you live somewhere where it's not legal, then I give you the website, but there's no point in me doing that because the owner's not going to send it to you anyway. The owner's doing good work. He's trying to put this medicine back in people's hands, so he's not going to get caught up in shit like that. So I'm sorry. I know a lot of you want to try this stuff or are really curious about it, but I will not be mailing you, any one of you, any psychedelics. I'm sorry. Partly because, hey, if this shouldn't be easy. For what these plants can do for you, for what they can show you about yourself and life and the nature of things, it shouldn't be easy. There should be some work involved. So if you really want to do these things, you're going to find a way to do them. Another reason I won't send anyone any of these drugs or plants or whatever the hell you want to call them is I feel a sense of responsibility to the psychedelic movement. I'm sure a lot of you won't agree with this, but I think, or I feel that if even though they're bullshit laws, if I break them, I'm not helping the cause. I'm just giving them more ammunition. I know they're bullshit laws. I know plants shouldn't be illegal. I know we should be allowed to all do this stuff if we choose. But I just don't think if I mailed some YouTube viewer a bag of Iboga to the States where it is illegal in most places, I think pretty much everywhere, and I got caught, I really don't think that piece on the Supper Hour News would do a lot of good for the psychedelic movement. And then plus, I don't know who you are, how old you are. I don't know if you're sensible enough to do this stuff without killing yourself. So I'm sorry, guys. I can give you the website. I can try to help you out and point you in a direction. I can help you research to try and see what we can do for you. But I'm not going to be sending any of you any of these plants. Okay, well, that's enough of that. So, until we see each other next time, peace.